Hello, my name is Mercy Priest, and today I'm going to be giving a brief overview on the life of Joseph Smith, who was an American religious leader and the founder of Mormonism and the Latter-day Saints movement. So before I go into Joseph's life, I'm going to just talk a little bit about the time period that Joseph was born into. So Joseph Smith was born in the early 1800s, which was in the middle of the Second Great Awakening that was happening in America. So the Second Great Awakening was marked by a series of revival and vigorous evangelical movement. In this movement, human emotions and feelings were believed to aid those in their search of wisdom and truth, and so it brought along this romantic age and movement. It was not uncommon during this time for young people to have claimed to seen or spoken to God and have some kind of spiritual experience, which also brought in occult influences such as divination, astrology, and alchemy, which were practiced even though they were illegal. So Joseph Smith was born into this kind of environment, and he was born on December 23rd, 1805 to Lucy and Joseph Smith Sr. Now, his father was considered a mystic man who was convinced that there was treasure to be found in his backyard and used things such as a seer stone and divining rod to find said treasure. Now, at the time, this was legal, so he did do it kind of secretly, but he also introduced his sons, his children, specifically Joseph, to this practice, which Joseph later on in life took up as a hobby. His parents also refrained from joining a particular denomination because they were skeptical about which denomination was considered the true gospel. So Joseph was conflicted by this. At age 14, he didn't really know which was the right denomination, so it is said that he went out to the forest and had a visitation from God the Father and his Son Jesus Christ, who told him that he would bring a restoration of true Christianity. They said that none of the other denominations actually had the full gospel, and so Smith was chosen to launch a new dispensation. Later, at the age of 17, he is visited again by an angel this time, and he is told that he's to find these gold plates which hold the fullness of the everlasting gospel. After this, he's visited several more times during the week until he finally goes and digs up these plates. Once these plates have been dug up, Joseph uses seer stone glasses to translate the plates from the Reformed Egyptian that they were written in. The first manuscript, unfortunately, was stolen, but after it was retranslated, it was then published on March 26th in 1830. Now, this then became the Book of Mormon. So the Book of Mormon is a series of books written by a number of prophets from these gold plates. It interprets Old Testament prophecies and is considered another witness to the Christian gospel. It also said that in the book that Christ went to North America after his resurrection and told the people there that a new Jerusalem was to be built in America upon the remnant seed of Joseph. Now, such beliefs and teachings, along with some other teaching, which I'm going to go over in a second, caused a lot of conflict for Joseph. Joseph also believed that the KJV Bible that he had was mistranslated. So he went and revised the Bible and retranslated it, which angered a lot of people. He also is known to have said, "As man now is, God once was. As God is now, man may be." He also said, "Intelligence which man possesses is co-equal with God himself." So he believed that God and man were at the same level and that man could become God. Another practice that he believed in was polygamy, which was instituted and confirmed as a divine revelation closer to the end of his life, and it is believed that Joseph had about 40 wives. Maybe more than that, maybe less, it's unclear, but some were at least as young as 14. Now, what really came down to the conflict that led to his death was that there was a newspaper in Illinois which published a paper condemning Joseph and his beliefs on polygamy. Feeling attacked, Joseph had his members attack and they destroyed the printing press in Illinois, which led to the order for Smith's arrest. And so he and his brother got arrested, or they turned themselves in Carthage, Illinois, where they were charged with treason and taken into custody before their trial. Now, a lot of people saw Smith as a sex-mad fraud who defamed religion and swindled the gullible, not the government, out of their property. And so, because of this belief that many people had, it led to a crazy armed mob that charged the prison and killed both Joseph and Hyrum, where they were being held, and they were then shot and killed. And so that is the end of Joseph's life. There's, of course, a lot more details that goes into his life and his work. Unfortunately, I couldn't fill all of that in 5 minutes, but I hope that was a good overview, a little bit about who he is and how the movement of Mormonism started.